right, man. And we're back with another episode of Easily Annoyed. We got the new co-host in the building, Connor Madden, killing it. And first, we just want to talk about like how we met, because only the real ones know. But we've known each other so far back we can't remember.
Yeah.
Not knowing each other, and it was. So do you want to tell them?
Yeah, I can tell them. So,
right.
When it was like 2002, probably, right? And I was born in California, for those who didn't know, and then my family had moved here when I was like 1.5-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, I guess, had me in a stroller at Pottery Barn, and she was like shopping with her mom also. And Griffin's mom was one of the employees, and she was helping my mom out. And I guess they like realized that they had kids the same age, and I guess both had just moved to the area because his family just moved from Boston, my family moved to California. And then they exchanged numbers and then just started like hanging out. And then ever since then, me and Griffin have like been friends, just the longest friends, like the longest friend I had.
We did so many things. You have a list of stuff we did. I didn't realize
growing up. Yeah, so we met at Pottery Barn, right? Or our parents did. We grew up going to preschool together, right? So we went to Lank.
Yeah.
Anyone who else went there. And then we also grew up going to the YMCA together. So our parents would like go work out, and we'd just be in like the kids' play area or whatever. Yeah. And we also did like YMCA soccer and like basketball too.
Yeah, with Coach Herb. Do you remember Coach Herb?
Yeah, way
Isaiah's
back.
dad?
Yep, way back in the day. And then we did like religious education together. Was that St. Thomas at Beckett, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up, we did that, and then we switched to what? St. John Neumann.
I think so.
Yep.
I don't actually know the names. Those sound right.
Oh yeah, we also did Reston Runners. That was a throwback. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
With all.
Where was that?
That was at Herndon Middle School, I think.
Oh, it was Herndon Middle School?
They jumped around a few times, a few years, I think, and then we played soccer growing up too for Reston together.
Making a loud noise for a second. What is this? Oh.
We're gonna cut there. Should I
just keep going.
Alright, just keep going. Alright, so yeah, we played Reston soccer growing up, like house league, and then we also played against each other in soccer too growing up, remember? Because I played for the Wanderers, and we played you
Bombers.
And the Bombers a few times.
Yeah, baby. I'm pretty sure you guys won.
Yeah. I remember because the day before one of our games, we were playing each other. It was like in a tournament, and it was your birthday party, like the day before or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was there. I remember Evan was there, and Evan, I remember, told us, he's like, you're not scoring, and that ginger kid's not scoring. Talking about Kyle, man.
Kyle, yeah.
And then we proceeded to both score on him and won the game 2-1.
Rip.
But yeah, no, it was funny. But and then we went to South Lakes together and stuff. So like we've just been friends our whole life and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
day ones.
That's pretty much the story.
For real day ones. Everyone's like,
day ones.
Oh, we're day ones, and they've known each other for like 5 years. And it's like, nah, that's not it.
No, we've known each other for what?
19 or 20?
19, 20 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes way back.
Yeah, man. We're killing it. And so, what have you been doing this summer? Like this last year? Let's just go over like...
So this last year, so go back to what? What do we want to start from?
The
school year? Start with the school year?
Yeah, Go through that.
So this school year, I transferred from Bridgewater College to JMU for football, and it was a weird transition in the middle of COVID. You know, getting there, and because like usually for training camp, you have a roommate in a dorm and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was by myself, and like the first guy I met, it was like someone who like was an offensive lineman, so he's not like my position group or anything. But it was just hard to like get to know people at first, because like I couldn't really go like talk to people, socialize in like other rooms because we weren't allowed to. Yeah. Because the whole COVID thing, and like if you got caught, you get in trouble. So like I just didn't want to risk it because I was like the new guy,
Yeah.
So I couldn't like.
Can you imagine showing up with COVID? And just giving it to the team?
Yeah, because like, there were a few incidents that summer where like a few people tested positive and like got in trouble, whatever, but. It is what it is, and that happens. So, like, it was just hard, like, transition into that, getting to know people, because, like, when our first semester started, we were in person for maybe, like, a week and a half, and then all online. Is it like that for you at Tech?
For this last year, we were online
the whole. You didn't even start in person in the fall. We were like had masks on and social distance, but then like they're just like we're just gonna go.
No, I think it was the whole year we had.
Mm-hmm. I think. So I think what JMU was doing, they were trying to get all the freshmen there to get all the money,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
meal plans, and then they're like,
'Cause we had
the
a
whole
lot of
time they knew what they were
freshmen-
doing, but...
Yeah, we had a lot of freshmen that decided to just take a gap year. 'Cause
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
like,
same.
I want a real
Yeah.
college
Yeah,
experience.
exactly. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't blame anyone for doing
Yeah, I
that.
get it.
And then, so that fall semester, like, I got COVID once, actually, like a month into the semester. But I was trying to be careful, too. Like, I wasn't, like, really going out or anything, but I ended up getting it. And so I had to quarantine for, like, 2 weeks. That stuff was ass. I was, like, I lost my smell for 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah. I, like, September to January, how many months is that? Was that maybe 4.5? 4.5 months, yeah, 4.5.
Yeah.
And it was like the beginning of January. One time I just couldn't smell anything unless it was like right in front of my nose. Like I had to put it like this close, to be able to smell anything. Yeah. So it was like I didn't really have a smell, and I just thought it just wasn't gonna come back. After like a month, I was like, okay, I guess it's just not coming back.
That's how I smell normally. It has to
Really?
be right in front of my... Yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
There's something wrong.
Someone told me that someone they know or their dad or something like trained themselves like to practice like smelling things. So like he like smelled different smelling salts, and eventually his smell came back after COVID because his didn't come back either. Then one day, like, this is spring semester, I walked into my apartment. One of my roommates was like cooking something. I was like, what's this smell? And then we were all like, wait a minute, because we all realized at the same time that I could smell.
Like, oh my god, I can smell things again.
Because everyone knew I couldn't smell, so I was like, yeah. But that was crazy. But so fall semester, yeah, that's pretty much it. Had COVID, just did like football stuff, and couldn't really do a ton with COVID going on, just like everyone else, But and then in the spring, we had that weird spring season.
Yeah.
And again with COVID, so like our whole team, like not at the beginning of the semester, but I think like halfway through the season we had like a COVID outbreak, right, with the team. So we had like a few games canceled, and then like we were put on lockdown by like the athletic directors and everything. They were like, if you get caught seen going out or whatever, like you can lose your scholarship or get kicked off the team, like all that. So I was like, well, I'm not chancing that, so I did not go out the rest of the semester. But like that sucked. That was like, because that was just like you just had to give up your social life,
Yeah.
for like a few months, and that was horrible. That was just but
The aftermath of COVID it's not done.
I mean, I'm
It's
vaccinated
close.
now, so
Most people
I'm
are
not worried
vaccinated
about it anymore.
Yeah,
But-
most people are vaccinated, so I think this school year, I think it'll be pretty normal, honestly, because we're supposed to be back in class.
Yeah. I think we're back in person, and they got rid of like the mask requirement because the mask mandate's gone in Virginia.
Oh, really?
So JMU got rid of it at least. I don't know about Tech, but
I don't know. I hope so.
hopefully, yeah.
I hate it.
I hate the mask. I mean, I would wear it just because, but like obviously I don't want to wear it.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, because like if it's cold, it's actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
But then
like,
spring, summer, and fall,
exactly.
it sucks.
Because we had to, in the fall and most of the spring, we had to wear a mask like working out.
Yeah, that's
in
horrible.
the weight room, and it's like you're waterboarding yourself in your own sweat.
I know.
And I'd be like, dude, this is.
I tried that.
ass.
I tried because at our gym, like at Tech, you could take it off on the machine if it was a cardio machine. But I tried once just to see because some people were keeping it on, some people weren't. I couldn't do it. Like I was running, and I was like, after like 5 minutes, I was like, no, I took it off.
Yeah, I couldn't do
much.
it either. And they had us like I remember one of the first games. It was like required we had to wear a mask when we weren't in the game.
Oh my god.
So on the sideline, I had to put a mask on. Like I'd go in for like 10 seconds to do a kickoff, come out, put the mask back on. So, but
that's just like
that
the
was
NBA.
just annoying, huh?
That's just like the NBA does that.
Yeah,
where it's like,
literally, yep.
Yeah,
And then after that, it kind of got looser. No one really cared anymore about the mask in game. But still, you still wear it everywhere else. But like outside, it's not doesn't transmit as easily. And by then, like most of the team had already gotten it from the fall, so we kind of and like maybe winter break too. So some people were like, we kind of had herd immunity.
Yeah.
But
I have a question for you. What made you want to do the podcast? Because it was kind of out of the blue where you were just like, yo, you want to do it?
Yeah, so I forgot to mention this. So more as of late, after the season, I tore my ACL, meniscus, and MCL, and then like 3 other ligaments too in my left knee.
So all of the ligaments.
Yeah, a good amount. Not all of them, thank God, but a good amount. And so I had surgery, and kind of just like it's like just sitting down, like I just had nothing to do all the time, and I was like thinking, just like the idea popped in my head. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hit Griffin up, see if he wants to like relaunch that podcast or something, because I like remember you like hadn't like been uploading like at all, or like not as much as you were before. So I had the idea. So I remember I like texted you or called you or something, and you're like all hyped about it. I was like, let's go. So like something to do.
Man. I'm excited to be back.
Something to look forward to, like something to like set my mind to, because I'm just doing like my schedule right now this summer. So I'm living at JMU, and I just come home for weekends. Like I've been coming home for a lot of weekends actually, because I can't do anything down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I've been like I wake up at 6 every day. Then I have like PT at 6:30, and then that's for like 2 hours, and then I go home and like eat at my apartment for like 20-30 minutes, come back and lift, then do PT again, and then I'm done for the day. So then I'm just doing whatever. Yeah. So then I have like a bunch of free time where I'm not doing anything, because I get it all done.
Might as well.
Yeah, so I'm like, might as well like figure something out to do. Like,
yeah, dude. Because if we could like actually grow this and like make money off of it, and just do that, that'd be pretty. That'd be pretty sick.
Good. Yeah, because the new NCAA rules, NIL, name, image, likeness, so I can actually like do this kind of stuff now.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know if you know I think you said you don't know the Sidemen. But
oh, like, no, yeah, I've heard
Oh, you did know them. It was Brent who didn't. But they're like, for people who don't know, they're about 7 European YouTubers. Like KSI is the big one, and then there's 6 others.
Yeah, I've definitely heard KSI.
Yeah, and like every week they just do videos where it's like new fun challenges. And that's how they're making like they're all millionaires.
Oh yeah, no, I've definitely seen some of those. Yeah.
So it's like if we can freaking do that and build this up, that'd be great to not have, because
who wants to work a 9 to 5?
Yeah,
no one. I definitely don't.
And I'll be working. And this is the thing is like on TV and movies, I'll be working 12 hours would be a really short day. 18 hours would be a normal day. So I'd much rather figure this out.
That's a lot of that's a lot of work.
Because working on a movie or a show is cool, but that's a lot of hours.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a lot of hours.
Yeah, being able to like say you worked on a TV show,
Yeah, it's cool, but then everyone is like.
But then you're like getting the actual workload, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, man, it was a lot. I can't even imagine. Like my boss was the head accountant, and it was his first time doing it. And we had a super low budget, so it's like all the things that could make it harder. They were there.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, oh god, dude. So like he was working like. He'd be getting there at like 7:30, 8 in the morning, and then leaving at like 12 at night, and I was like, no, that's.
I don't. Yeah, you don't want that. That's
so bad. Yeah.
It's a heavy work schedule.
Yeah, which like for a few years I could see being like an assistant and working on set and working 18 hours. It won't be fun. Well, it'll be cool. I don't know how much fun 18 hours is, but it would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it like the hours don't stop, because the assistant's only there because the directors and the producers and everyone's there. So, hopefully we can build this up, make some money, and freaking kill the game.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And that's it. But what are your hopes and dreams for the podcast? Let's talk about that.
Hopes and dreams for the podcast. I mean, kind of just see where it goes, like just see what we can do with it. I don't really have anything. It's like we're just starting from ground zero, right? So I'm just trying, like.
Hopefully some people come back. Hopefully it's not ground zero.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's ground level 1.
You're right. Yeah. We're just like starting it back up. So I'm just, I just want to see where it goes, see what we can do with it.
Yeah.
I don't really have any like set goals, yet.
I asked that question. I have no idea.
Take it where we can get it,
I want. Here's
What's your goals? I feel like you have more of a.
By winter break, have like 200
listeners per podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good. So
goal. That would be like doubling.
Yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that.
I think we can do more than that, but I think that's a good goal that like is achievable.
Yeah, definitely.
Because on a bunch of the episodes we did have 200 or close.
I feel like it's also just like getting the information out there, like letting people know that the podcast
we just have to market
it
better and stuff. Because I definitely dropped the ball on that one. Like we dropped the ball hard on marketing, because we were getting 100 people with just an Instagram account.
Mm-hmm. But if
So
you
if you
use
did
like
anything
Twitter, if you add in like
Yeah.
TikTok or whatever,
Yeah, we should make
all
TikToks.
those, like,
That'd actually be fun
all
to do
those
TikToks.
social medias
Yeah.
and stuff, like that's how people like are.
And
getting,
then like do contests and like my working out videos that we're gonna do. Oh, we should talk about. That's what we should talk about right now.
What? Well, wait. What have you been up to last year though?
Oh yeah.
Let's go through that first.
Fall. I didn't really do much. Like the school year was weird at Tech because I guess probably most colleges, because a lot of people are super liberal. So then they take it super seriously.
At school, yeah.
Yeah, they take it super seriously, even though they're not with parents or anything. So like
that happened to
everybody they kind of stick with their little groups.
Yeah.
So then it wasn't like there were parties to go to, because all my friends who were in frats, it was closed parties because of that.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't really much partying, and it was a lot less basketball because you couldn't go to the gym for a while. And then once you could, it wasn't like you couldn't play sports in there. You could only lift and work out. So I was honestly just chilling, kind of like coming up with ideas for shows and movies. Winter break happened. Honestly, I didn't really do much then. It was more like when spring happened, then things kind of got back to normal more. So I was playing basketball, having people over, partying a little bit, having fun.
Definitely.
And then I got Khalil to be our fourth roommate, so that's exciting. And then in April, so the last month of school, which I kind of talked about but not really in depth at all, I went down to Atlanta, Georgia to work on Powerpuff live action, which did you know the cartoon Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
So they're making a live action of it with Dove Cameron, Chloe Bennett, and somebody else. It didn't go well. So
I remember you told me about this.
So it's not going to come out, but I was told by my friends that are higher up that the studio really wants it to go, so they're going to reshoot.
Okay. Would you
'cause
be interested in working that again or no?
I think I want to work more on movies.
More
to
movies?
be honest, yeah.
Gotcha.
Because if you're working on a movie, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Because I was working on pilots, so like.
So you never.
It
know,
was possible
like,
it wouldn't ever come out. Yeah, and then it's like it's much cooler to be like, because the Waltons, the second show I worked on, that's coming out in either December or January.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's actually something I can watch and be like, it's not like I made it, but I was
you
actually
contributed,
at least there. Yeah.
It's like, hey, I was there for that.
Yeah, but I was down there in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, worked on Powerpuff. That went well. I was just an assistant for the accounting department, so it's nothing that cool, but I got to go on set and bring people money, and because of that, people really liked me because I was the money guy.
Yeah.
So anytime people saw me, like, anyone who wasn't working would rush over and be like, you have checks for me? And if I had checks for them, they were excited, and if I didn't have checks for them, they got a little upset.
Yeah.
Like, I had one AD who maybe 20, 25 minutes ranted about how So do you know what an I-9 form is?
I do not.
It's the form you have to fill out to get paid.
Okay. I've
So
definitely done that before.
So yeah, so like it's the one that you give your Social Security and all
I've
that
heard
stuff.
Of that. Yeah.
And he was like, on my last job, I didn't have to fill one out, which you have to for taxes and to get paid.
So that means he was.
Yeah, so he was lying to me, and I was like, hey man, listen, I'm young and I don't really know what's going on, but I know enough that I know you're wrong, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I anytime people are asking questions and stuff, I was like, I'm an assistant, I don't really know what's going on, like, I'll talk to somebody about it.
Yeah.
But like I can't help.
Yeah.
And then they'd usually just like rant for a little while. So he just talked and he was like, it's just annoying because I don't know when I'm going to get paid now. And I was like, I get it, man. Like, that sucks. And then I told my boss and he was like, yeah, he's wrong. So good luck to him. Because it was like...
Yeah, shout out to that guy.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know what to do, man. And he was super nice. It was just like... There was something wrong where he didn't have one of the identification things and couldn't get it.
Okay.
That's why he was pissed. And I was like, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But also... I don't know what he wanted me to do.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it. You're just the assistant. You're the middleman.
Yeah, but that's what was funny is like that's what I learned a lot of is like, one, if you do the work you're asked to do without complaining, and just smiling and doing it, people will love you. Because people are like, oh, he's such a hard worker. Like my bosses were telling like Miss Karen, who I lived with, who got me the job, and like a few other people that I ended up working with on the second show. They were like, oh, you're very highly recommended. I was like, I don't really do, like, you're an assistant. You don't really do much. You kind of just do whatever they tell you to do.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
But I mean, if you get the job done, you do it with a smile on your face, and you show your hard work.
Yeah,
that's all they care about.
They freaking loved it. And I had good bosses too, which is nice. Because I'd just be like, if I didn't know how to do something, I would just be like, can you just show me once? Because I've never done it. And then he would do that, and then it was easy. Yeah, shout out to Daniel. He was a really good boss. And like, because here's the thing, like, you don't really think about it, but like a boss is basically a teacher for anyone who's new. So if they're good at teaching you how to do something, you'll be a good worker. And if they're bad at teaching you how to do something, you won't do it correctly.
Yeah.
So I got pretty lucky with that. But
good mentors.
Yeah, because he, like, when my car broke down, because my freaking car broke down there,
sucks.
And broke for good too. It wasn't like it broke down once and we were fine. I took it to a mechanic, and I was like, I don't know what's wrong, but a bunch of things were flashing. So I was like, I told him what things were flashing on the dashboard, and I said, I don't know what that means, but those are the things that should be wrong. I don't know what else is, but could you just check? And they checked it, and they apparently fixed it. And then I was driving. I finally got it after like 5 days in the shop. And I was driving to work. And I was like 15, 20 minutes away on the highway. And broke down on the highway. And so
then it was done.
Yeah, and it just out of nowhere. Because what happened was the oil was like, or the gas was seeping. It wasn't leaking out the back like it normally would. So they never saw an issue. It like was leaking through the inside, so it like was melting stuff.
Yeah.
And so on the highway, I'm like 2 or 3 lanes over from the right, and the gas stops working.
Oh man, that's
and
the
it's
worst.
like a 75 mile an hour road.
Yeah.
And so like I, as quickly as I could, got to the right side and stopped. And then I had to call Daniel. He came and picked me up. Then I had to call AAA.
Yeah.
And then they took forever because I left. Like, Daniel picked me up, and he was like, it's not safe where we were to, like, stay on the side of the road.
Yeah.
So we left, and then it took forever because AAA, you're supposed to stay with the car, and I didn't. So then it was a whole mess. But
screw that. I wouldn't stay with the car either.
Yeah, but then thank God they got it there, and then we just donated the car, so I had to fly home. Which is the reason that we only have one mic, although it seems to be working pretty well. So it's kind of killing it. But
it's killing it.
Yeah, dude, it was interesting. Because, I lived alone. I hated that. I didn't...
Yeah, that must have sucked. Being by yourself down there, just not knowing anyone.
Yeah, because it was a weird thing where my mom was like, you should just make friends with people. And I was like, I'm friends with the people I work with. But where I lived was 45 minutes away. So none of them lived near me. So it's not like I could be like, yo, let's go get dinner. Because it would be 45 minutes out of the way for somebody. Yeah.
It's not like you can, like, really go out to places like...
Exactly.
Like
and then it's like...
Bars, you're not 21 yet, I guess.
Yeah. And then, because of COVID, they were kind of weird about it, where, like, they didn't really do that anyway.
They were still... Okay.
Yeah, because if one person on a show gets COVID, you work so closely with people, everyone you work with will get it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's like, do you know the show Dave?
Yeah.
Little Dicky show?
Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I know what show it is.
It took longer to come out because someone on it got COVID, and it shuts down, they shut down everything.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was like, so
I'm not even thinking about that, because I've been thinking, like, I was thinking you did it in the summer, so I was thinking everything was more opened up. You went down there in April, so that's like a little earlier. Yeah. That was like,
so people That
was like right when the vaccine was coming out, right? Like right around when it started.
I think for like super old people it was a little before that.
Yeah.
Normal
like
people weren't
age,
getting it until like April or after. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think April might have been like close to when our parents could get it.
I think I got it in April.
Oh, you did?
I remember right. I got it pretty early somehow. I don't remember how. I like called some random.
Could it have been like, do you have like asthma or something?
What I did, I literally just, my mom sent me this number to this Winchester like practice, this doctor's office in Winchester. It's like an hour up north from JMU, and or like 45 minutes maybe. And it was like Apple Blossom Family Practice or something like that. I don't know, some weird name. And she's like, call this number. Like my friend got a vaccine from here. They didn't ask questions or anything, so I just called. I was like, hello, can I schedule a vaccine today or whatever? And like, or not for today, but like for like a day in the future. And they're like, yeah, we have the next one. It was like in 2 days. And
oh wow!
I was like, all right, yeah. So I just went to get the vaccine like 2 days after I called them, and that was it.
That's
then,
nice.
Yeah, then I got like another one a month later, but
yeah, when I was down there, because I got the first shot down there, and there was this guy, because I'm not good with needles. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Like the last 4 or 5 years, I don't cry anymore. But like before that, I did. I see a needle, I'm crying. Like for real, there's no. I guess 4 or 5 years that I would have been 15, so a little younger than that. But like 13 and before, crying. No chance I'm not. And I'm flipping out on my mom if she's the one who signed me up for it, or the doctor if they're like, you have to get this one. Like it's a nightmare. I'm a nightmare when it comes to that. And I've gotten much better at it, and I thought it would be worse because there was another guy there, and he was freaking out. Oh, but it weirdly calmed me down, where I was like...
I'm not the only one,
Not the only one, and I saw him, and I was like, he needs to calm down. Yeah. Like, I saw myself in him a little bit, where I was like, oh, that's... You can't be doing that. Yeah, I was like, we're in a CVS, this looks weird. I was like, all right, I'm done. But I got it, and it literally felt like someone, because I was explaining it to, because we were talking the whole time because he was so nervous, and this old lady had already gotten it, but she was talking to us about it, and I was like, she was just sitting there. I guess she had nothing to do that day, so she was like telling us about it, and then, I was talking to him the whole time. He was funny, but when I was getting it, she did it. I felt like when someone's about to pinch you but doesn't. That's what I told him, and he was like. And then he sat down in the chair, and he was like, okay. And then he was skinny, and he was like, but you have, like, big arms. Like, you must be an athlete. You're an athlete, right? And I was like, not really. I was like, I play sports, but in my head, an athlete is a D1 athlete. Like, you're an athlete. I play sports. It's very different.
Yeah, no, I get you,
But he was like, well, you have muscle in your arms. And I was like, you do too. I don't know what's happening right now. And then, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I play sports. And then the nurse was like, he's an athlete. And I was like, you guys are using that term very loosely. I was like, if anyone who plays a sport's an athlete, no, that's not how that works. But, and he was sitting there, and he was sitting like, you know when it looks, you can tell someone's about to run?
Yeah.
So he was like this.
He just looked like he's about to pounce
she's getting it like this, and he's holding it. And he's like tensing, and like I see him shaking like this, and she's like, you have to relax, and he's like, okay, but he's not, dude. He's flexing hard.
He's flexing. Like, that's what you don't want to do. That's gonna make it hurt more.
Yeah, and then he finally relaxed a little bit, and she did it, and he didn't know what had happened.
Oh, and he's
sitting there like, are you done? And she wipes him, and he was like, and she was cleaning it, and I was like, all of that for nothing. That's what my mom must have thought when I was freaking out. Yeah, because once it happens, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, no, I just felt like a pinch for me. I mean, I've never really had a huge problem with needles. Like when I was younger, obviously I get like nervous, whatever. Like you're getting a shot, the whole
someone stabbing you.
The whole hype that comes behind like getting a shot.
A little metal thing. It shouldn't be something people are excited for.
Yeah,
it just shouldn't be.
Definitely not. Like never be excited for it. I just want to get out of the way. But like I just wondered like what like kind of develops like the fear in some people. Like I don't know. What do you think? Like maybe growing up, there's something that happened with one or something.
Well.
That made you like scared of it in the future.
When I was in the hospital for my kidney, when I was 7, they had to draw blood and give me shots every day. Oh. Okay. So my mom says that's what it is. I don't even remember that, but I would assume so. Yeah. It's the same reason why I feel sick anytime I go into a hospital. Like not like I'm getting like an illness. It's like my stomach hurts and I'm like I want to hurt everybody in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I say. Every time my mom's like, because my mom's like, you need to go get your kidney checked, and I was like. if you schedule an appointment for me with a kidney doctor, I'll murder every kidney doctor in that hospital. We're done. I was like, there's no chance. Because the procedures they've done, and I don't want to talk about them because it's gross and it hurts. Mm-hmm. But I'll say this. They've done it wrong every time, so I don't trust them. Yeah. And it's been different doctors. Yeah. That's like my cousin, because my cousin Bridget's a nurse. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you wouldn't be nervous with me, would you? And I was like, I don't trust you anymore. Look what you did. I was like, you became a nurse. This is on you. I don't like nurses and doctors, and that's a fact.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you then. If they've done it wrong every time, I'd be the same way.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. Like, it was so funny. We were in the eye doctor, and it's like, they don't do procedures in an eye place. You just go in and you do the
little eye
better,
test.
worse. Yeah. And I was sitting in there, and my stomach started hurting because it still smells like a doctor's office, and it's still all white.
Yeah.
and like they use I'm sure they use the same stuff to sterilize everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like that brings it immediately back to like, oh no, fear.
Yeah.
Fear. Kill. Hurt people. I was like, no.
Violence.
No, yeah. Yeah, I just go straight into serial killer mode. How do I kill all these people the fastest?
How can I get out of here?
How do I get out of here the quickest?
While hurting everyone else in here.
Yeah, but they dilated my eyes. So, and apparently, like, I have really big pupils anyway, which I don't know if that's true, but everybody says that.
I don't know what I've never really thought of that, like, what your pupils are supposed to look like.
Yeah, but they dilated it, and there was no blue anymore. It was all black. It was so, like, I looked like a demon. It was so creepy. Yeah, but it, like, makes you super sensitive to light.
Really? Okay.
So I had to wear these, like, old man glasses, which was hilarious. But, like, I walked out before I put them on, and it was like... It was like being a vampire. Like what I imagine a vampire feels like. Cause oh, everything, any kind of sunlight hurts. It was weird.
That's like having a concussion, but worse, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was... Yeah, dude, so I gotta get freaking glasses. So soon, I'm gonna be freaking on the podcast with glasses, man. I don't actually have to wear them on the podcast. Because I'm farsighted. Or no.
Yeah, you don't really need
No, I'm nearsighted, so I can't see far away.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
But
yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I technically don't have to wear them, but like, if I'm watching a show or in class or driving and stuff like that, that's when I have to wear them. But
you could just get contacts always too. If you
which I didn't think I'd be. I'm not good with like drops and stuff. I always close my eye. It's not like I'm afraid that it's gonna hurt me.
I just hold it open.
Yeah, I just holding it open. And I just keep going every time. So then it's just like a pool of like this stuff.
Yeah.
But she took this little blue light and pressed it against my eye, but didn't tell me that she was doing it, so I didn't know what happened. Like, I was just looking into it, and I didn't feel anything.
Oh, you didn't feel it?
I didn't know. And she touched it, and then she went away, and she was like, have you ever thought about contacts? And I was like, I'm not really great with things in my eye. And she was like, well, I just poked your eye, and you didn't do anything, so I think you're fine. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, yeah, so that's an option. I was like...
Or she never even touched your eye and just messed with you.
Or she's messing with me.
You never know.
Which would be crazy. Because that's like, I would have thought that you could feel...
I would think so, too. Maybe unless you're not paying attention. It's one of those things, like, I don't know, you know that weird spot on your elbow, like you're not looking or something, not paying attention, someone can hit it.
But I was looking into the thing that did it.
And how'd you...
That's why it's
weird.
weird.
Just didn't feel it?
I didn't feel it. No, maybe
you just thought it was right there, right next to you?
Yeah, maybe you just have, you don't have any...
I don't know.
Sensors that make your eyes feel anything. Because why would your eyes need to feel something?
I mean, I feel like I've definitely been hit in the eye and like felt it.
But I think that's
like the same thing.
I think it's hard enough to where you feel your eyelid. And
yeah.
Because like when you get punched, like it makes a bruise around your whole thing.
Yeah.
I've only gotten a black eye one time, and it was because it was summer league with Garrett and Connor and Donovan and all them.
Yeah.
And this guy who was obviously bad at basketball, but he was like a little bigger than me. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's a bad combination. Yeah. Someone who's kind of athletic, big, but bad at a sport. Yeah. That's one of the worst combos. Because he came at me. Yeah, dude. He came at me, was nowhere near the basket, and Euro stepped. And I was like, oh, you're definitely not getting there. I was in front of him. Mm-hmm. And he didn't Euro step around me. He just went into me and then went, yeah.
God.
And it was weird because it's weird where, like, you can see here on your face.
Yeah.
So then, like, it started growing. So I started not to be able to see as much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I was bleeding because my coach was like, "Hey, Griff, you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, coach, I'm fine." And he was like, "Well, your face is open." He was like,
Yeah.
He's like, "Your face is open and it's bleeding, so you're not okay." And so he made me go out of the game. And then I just went and washed it and then went right back in.
Yeah, I've had one black eye experience too. It was also from basketball when I was in I think I was in 8th grade, so it was like middle school. It was at Langston. It was at practice. I think we were scrimmaging, like the 2 wrestling teams or something. And dude, DJ Gregory, I think that's his name. Big dude. I was a skinny kid growing up, and I wasn't tall back then.
Yeah,
so,
for anyone who doesn't know Connor, he was 5'10" or 5'9" until junior year of high school.
Yeah.
And then came back after summer and was 6'4". I used to be tall, and now I'm not.
Yeah, I just hit a random growth spurt, but this guy.
But wasn't it like you were taking medicine for your feet or something?
No.
Oh, wasn't that?
Nah, my dad was still I honestly I grew to 6'3" in senior year, and then I grew another inch in college.
I grew half an inch in college.
Oh yeah.
That's why I hit 6 foot and 1/8 inches.
Hell yeah.
Which means that probably that's the crazy thing is I'm probably 5'11" now. Cuz did you know your body decompresses?
Yeah, when you wake up, you're the tallest, and then
so it's it's only a fourth of an inch.
I'm probably 6'3" right now, but when I wake up,
But because it's only a fourth of an inch, and I'm only 1/8 over 6 foot, it means I go to 5'11" and 7/8.
Okay, I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on the time of day when you get your measurement.
Yeah, because my
true.
friends are like, "You're not 6 foot, you're not 6 foot," because they just want to make me feel bad.
Yeah.
They just want me to kill myself.
Yeah.
And so, and every time I've been measured, it was late at night, and they're like, "Oh, you're almost there, but you're not," and I was like, "In the morning, I am, man." But I'll never let someone ever again. No one will ever do my height. I'm 6 foot. That's it. We're not talking about it anymore. That's it. I'm 6 foot. But and I always wear basketball shoes, so it doesn't matter. I'm always tall. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not always tall. I'm always above 6 foot.
Yeah. Same as I'd be whatever with shoes on too. I don't know how much it adds to my height, but going back to the black eye story, this kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went up for a rebound at the same time. Just right, he was in front of me. I was behind him.
Oh yeah.
He grabs it and just twists around, elbow up, catch it right here. I don't know which side. I think it was this side, and then I felt it right away. I was like, dude, this is gonna swell up. This is gonna swell up. It started swelling up right away. So I had to go to the bathroom, try to put some ice on, because I think I was bleeding too. I had to rinse it off or something, and then
because people's elbows, you don't realize it, but they're kind of sharp.
Yeah, the next day
they catch you, and it you're gonna bleed most likely.
Especially if he's 3 times your size.
Oh yeah.
This guy was huge compared to me at the time, and next day I woke up, eyes swollen shut. It was like that for
Oh, shut?
Yeah, it was swollen.
Mine wasn't too bad. I think it was just
all the way around.
I think mine was just black here,
really?
so I didn't get the top.
Yeah, mine was it was right here, but it swelled around the top or something.
Oh jeez.
Or maybe it was just swelled the bottom and swelled.
It must have been close enough that it got here, because I think this area is super. I think that's why you can get a black eye, is because it's super sensitive like that.
Yeah, that thing was there for a week and then it went away. But
Jeez.
Black eyes are no fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got some good basketball stories. People get that's what's really funny about any kind of pickup, but then pickup where it's a bunch of college guys. Oh my god, it's so much fun, but so intense. Piper's brother Ryan Luzak, he came one time.
Oh, at Tech.
He came one time with me, and he said afterwards, he was like, "I'm never playing again. It was too intense." Because people were like, one of my friends, my friend Jared, was screaming at me because he's older and he's better than me.
That's the worst.
And he was screaming at me because I had missed a layup or missed a 3 or something. I hadn't shot a 3 or something. Because if I miss a shot or two, I just stop shooting and try to get other people involved. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are like, "Well, you can shoot, so you should shoot." And I'm like, yeah, but if I'm having a bad day, why would I keep shooting and miss? Yeah. It's all on the mentality, though, because it's partially my fault that I'm not shooting. But
no, I feel
But he was yelling about that or something, and Ryan was like, "I was just here to have fun," and I was like, "Oh no, you don't get to just have fun. You have to be able to have fun while being intense, because everyone cares. Because if you lose, it could be 4 games before you get on again.
Yeah,
because there's so many people waiting. That's why it's intense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, man, I've pushed few people over. I pushed I was telling my dad this the other day because there was a guy. He was dancing.
Mm-hmm.
He was guarding me at the 3-point line and started dancing. How disrespectful is that?
I would have just thrown it at his face and then gone off and shot it.
Well, here's the thing. I thought he was being disrespectful.
He was just joking around.
He was just bad.
Oh, he was just bad?
He was bad, dude.
So what'd you do? You didn't know at the time, so what'd you do? You just shoved him over?
I leaned into him and threw him.
And what'd he do? What was his...
Flew. He fluted.
Flew.
I went like this. I took 2 dribbles, started to run like I was going to the paint, and then just went, yeah. And he went, ew. And he hits the ground and slid. Luckily he didn't get hurt or anything.
Yeah.
I just looked like a really bad person.
Yeah.
And I was a really bad person. Like, I felt really bad. But I did it. In the moment, I didn't feel bad. I felt bad later. And I apologize.
Yeah.
We're cool now. Like, we actually, like, talk more now because of it. Which is weird because some of the people I'm closest with, that's happened before.
I've definitely had some things like that.
Yeah, I threw him. And then I threw the ball at the wall. No, I just, like, threw the ball. I just, like, disrespectfully threw the ball.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends, Danielle, she was like, because she's like the one girl that plays, but she's actually good. And she was playing, and she was like, Griffin, come on, you can't be doing that. And I was like, my bad. And then I turned around, and this black guy on my team is this super tiny black guy, and he daps me up, and he goes, ooh, I like this kid. And I was like, oh, you made it worse, man. You made it seem like I really wanted to do it.
I mean, you did want to do it.
I
right?
did want to do it in the moment, man, because he was like,
yeah.
He was like dancing and laughing, and
I mean, yeah.
I got heated because I thought everyone was like laughing at me, and I was like, I can't let that keep happening.
Yeah.
And so then I did something about it, and then I was like, oh crap, he was. Because then I watched him play later.
I mean, now no one knows. Now everyone knows. Don't mess with Griffin. So.
Well, that's what they said. That's where they were like, because that guy was like, yeah, he was like, oh, I like you. You got some fire in you. And then somebody else was like, oh, I guess you shouldn't be playing with Griffin. I was like, I kind of like that people think I'm tough, but I'm not. So like, if ever someone was like, oh, I'm gonna like test that, they wouldn't be testing anything. Like there would be nothing to test.
Hey, they don't know though.
They don't know, man. But if they start listening to podcasts, they'll know. But yeah. I felt bad, and I apologized like at the end of the game because I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I thought you were trying to be like disrespectful or mean, and then he's like, dude, it's okay. And then like since then we've been cool, and like he picks me on his team and stuff. So like it really didn't do anything. It's the same thing with like one of my other friends. We both went up for a layup. Mm-hmm. And he jumps much higher than I do. Yeah,
gotcha.
So I went up and landed as he just went up. Mm-hmm. And so he came down on me, but got mad because he thought I was like trying to hurt him. Yeah. And so then he tried shoving me. He's not that big, so I didn't really move. Yeah. And that made him more mad. So then he shoved me again. And then I was like, what do you do? I was just like, what are you doing? And he was like, hey, man, like, you're trying to hurt me. I was like, what do I gain from hurting somebody in pickup? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. And then he was like, then the rest of the game, he was going hard at me in the paint. And so then, like, most of the guys, I know everybody, because, like, freshman year, I would play, like, 8-9 hours a day. So everybody knows me.
8 hours? Jesus.
So my entire team for that game, we decided that we would only score in the paint, and it was as hard as we could. And it was only if he was guarding us. So we would just pass it around until we got to him, and then we just go hard at him. And
just body him.
Yeah, just body him, basically. Which, he's like a tough guy. He's just... Because here's the thing. He's very strong for his size. Gotcha. He's just tiny. Yeah. You know? Yeah, no. It's like, you know Matt Beach?
Yeah.
He's crazy strong, but because he's tiny, he'll never be as strong as you are.
Yeah, no, I know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which is... it was the same
like
kind of thing.
He'll have like the strength, but not like the weight, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Exactly. Like if you were to bench with him, he'd bench almost as much as you. Yeah. But then if you were to push against him, there's no contest. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
but and that guy's one of my favorite people to play with too, which is so weird. It's like sometimes you just have to get it out of. That's like when people are like, "It's not good to fight with your siblings." It is good to a point.
Yeah, I mean, you don't like.
Like, you gain a lot of skills from it. Like,
everyone fights with their siblings growing up, but you also, like... I mean, I feel like it also builds, like, toughness, too, sometimes.
Yeah, because you have to, like...
You don't want to be, like, the soft kid,
like
you
Brenna,
know?
is a demon child because of it.
Oh yeah, I remember growing up. Yeah,
you can't hurt Brenna. She's freaking nuts.
She would go crazy, attack you.
Yeah, dude. I went into her room today and just jumped on her bed because it annoys her, and then I left the room like 2 minutes later, and she came in and jumps on top of me. And like I couldn't get her off. She was like wrapped around my head, was, like pushing me down. I was like, "What is happening?" I was like, "I didn't do this to you. I did sit on her, but I'm fat, and that's not my. It is my fault, but it's different than trying to choke someone out on purpose." Yeah. But then she was like, "You were choking me," and I was like, "I was sitting on your stomach. How?" Mm-hmm. I think she would just call me fat. It is what it is. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and it's like. I think it builds empathy too, because you figure out the line.
Yeah, the line you can't cross.
You know, because like Aiden and I are like, you can't hit if you hit someone in the nose, the ear, if you hit someone like the groin, like those things. If you hit them there, they're going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Yep.
But if you don't do those things, it's fun.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
Yeah.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because there are like times where Aiden and I, and this is kind of ridiculous because of how old we are. But, like, if one of us is bored and the other one's just, like, sitting watching a show or something, we'll just be like, I want to fight. And the other one, like, most of the time the other one doesn't. So, like, there will be times where Aiden's like, I'll be sitting there watching a show and Aiden's like, I want to fight. And I'm like, no. And so then he'll kick me in the leg. And I'm like, I don't want to fight you. See, and they'll just keep doing things until you're like, okay, fine. And then you guys pick each other up and, like, throw each other around. Mm-hmm. But Aiden made the mistake of thinking that because he's bigger now, he was stronger than me.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh man, dude, Griffin, you're not even that strong. I definitely beat you in wrestling.
Uh-huh. How'd that go?
Wrestling is half strength and half weight. That's why there are weight classes. And I was like, Aiden, I promise you, it's not going to go well. And he was like, no, man, you don't know how to wrestle. And I was like, okay. We started wrestling. Within 2 minutes, I had picked him up and was holding him upside down. So his head was facing the ground. And this kid is so nuts that he was like, I was like, I'm not going to drop you because you're going to get hurt. I was like, you want to just tap out now? And he was like, no, you have to drop me. I'm never going to go down. I was like, you're losing. I was like, you picked him up. I was like, what is happening? And he was like, nah. So then I lightly put him on the ground and then sat on him. I just held his legs so he couldn't get out and sat on him. And that's it, man. And that was all I had to do. And he was like, I'll get you next time. I was like, you won't. That's not how this works. Yeah. That's like if Caden tries to fight you, he's not big enough yet.
Yeah, but see, for me, it was different growing up because my brother is like so much younger.
That's
true.
Yeah, because I didn't really... it would be like you fighting Kira.
Yeah.
But that's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I can't really like fight Brenna now.
Yeah.
Because when she was little, it was like we were all little and it was fine. Because it was like, even though she's a girl, she's not really.
Yeah.
They're not really a girl yet. You're kind of all just a kid.
Brenna was a different level.
She was different, dude.
Different level.
Oh my gosh.
I remember.
Yeah,
she was feisty. She would always fight back. You could never do anything to Brenna and like not have her come back or something, you know.
That's like one of my favorite Game of Thrones quotes is like, there's a redhead, the redhead Tormund? The big guy from the big wildling?
I don't.
He was in love with Brienne, the really tall blonde knight.
What are you talking about?
Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
You haven't seen Game of Thrones?
No, I haven't watched Game of Thrones.
So he's this giant wildling who's a redhead, and they say that redheads were kissed by fire, which I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Aiden has a birthmark that looks like a fireball. Mm-hmm. So Brenna, she had to have fire in her.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. She's freaking nuts. She's freaking nuts, and then she's like, I don't do anything to you guys. We're like, what are you talking about? She freaking annihilates people. Like,
she was crazy.
Yeah, because here's the thing, right? It's not like I'm beating them up. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't do that anymore. But when I win, I'm hurt. Mm-hmm. She's hurt me in some way. Like, she figures out a way to hurt you, even if you win. Like, Aiden, one time... Because now I try breaking it up, because I'm like, we can't be fighting all the time. We're too big. Like, things will break. Mm-hmm. So I'm, like, in my room, and Aiden and Brenna are screaming. Brenna's like, get out of my room! Get out! Yeah. And Aiden's like, oh, you can't get me out. And then I come into the room and grab Aiden to pull him out.
Yeah.
And he's turning around to come with me, and then he turns back around at Brenna, and she threw him into the wall. And broke the wall.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude.
So Brenna's got some strength on her.
Bro, she got some strength on her head. Even though she does, but also has no upper body strength at all. It's
so
very
lower
weird.
body.
She was using her arms.
She's got the leg drive.
I don't know what it is, man. But yeah. She's always like, I don't know. Because my mom has, like, a lot of upper body strength.
Mm-hmm.
And Brenna has 0. I don't know where it went.
Maybe she's got the leg drive. I don't know. Yeah.
It went into Aiden and I guess. So she didn't get any. I don't know what it is.
Got to get her in the gym.
Yeah, man.
That might create some issues,
dude.
though.
Oh, God. It's so funny when, like, little people start, like, working out. Like, the fact that Caden is lifting, that's so weird.
Oh, yeah, just, like, younger siblings. Like, yeah.
Because, like, when Aiden started
crazy.
lifting, he was old. Like, he was, like, a junior or senior. So that wasn't that weird. I was like, yeah, that was... I started lifting freshman year, but only because of track.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 8th grade because of Nathan and Jacob and all them. But I actually started doing it a lot because of track.
Mm-hmm.
And, then Aiden was, like, junior, senior year. I don't know that many girls that lift. I know a lot that do, like, the contraptions and stuff.
The machines?
Yeah, the machines, but like they don't do any of like
the,
or like free weights, but like it's to tone
yeah,
things. Yeah, it's not like like I went to the gym with Connor Mathis and we were bench pressing like I got a new max. I got 210.
Nice. Yeah.
Which felt good because
you don't see girls benching really.
Yeah. Or if they are,
it's not.
They're like
it's usually like more reps, is what they're going for, and less weight.
Although, I mean, Caitlin, my cousin, plays rugby, so those girls
that's different.
Are built like me.
That's different.
Those girls are built like us for real. Like that's not even a joke.
Yeah, no, I know. I know what you're saying.
Because she has one friend, I think it's Christina. Shout out Christina, I think, and she has like a TikTok that has like thousands of people that watch.
Really?
And it's her.
She's a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I don't know. Bodybuilding doesn't seem much fun. I don't really like lifting that much. I like being able to lift a lot. But, like, so far, every time I've gone to the gym after a long break, I've gone up in my max. So then I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Even though it's there is a point.
Is good
but it's
sometimes.
like... And I'm good with 210. And I squat 405, so I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll keep going up and bench.
I'm not...
Because squatting, the issue is, like... Once you get up to a number like that, and you see the bar bending a little, that's scary. And then I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to sound really big, but I am at the same time, Like,
yeah, no, I get you. Yeah. I've never actually max squat in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not really like. I would never really do like when I was at Bridgewater. So, I had that whole hip surgery my freshman year of college, but so I wasn't, and like this one's still torn. And I'm getting surgery on it soon, but like they've never cleared me to squat, run, so I wasn't allowed to do any of the running there or squatting. So like I never did any of the maxes for lower body or anything.
Yeah,
it was only upper body, and like I hate upper body.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm the opposite of most people. I don't really like doing upper body. I just prefer to do legs and stuff. So that kind of drove me nuts. And then
I just like squatting, and is it leg lift? That's the one where you like sit down in it and you push up.
Leg press. Yeah. Leg press.
But that's only because you can do so much weight.
Oh yeah.
Like you can put up like 500 pounds on that thing and do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like.
So then it's fun.
Yeah, because right now, I'm only able to do like single leg stuff when I do like lower body lifts. So like I'm doing like leg press, and then I'll do like, it'll be during our team lift, and I'll just be in there during that time. Yeah. And I'm just going like constantly, like I'm just not taking like, I'm taking like breaks, but I'm not going on the same pace everyone else is because like I'm doing less.
Yeah.
So I'm just like doing like 8 sets of that or something, and then I do whatever. Like sometimes it's like a single leg like quarter squat or something to the ground. So like I'm standing and like I just use this and like hold something if I need to, like assist, because I can't put weight on this really yet. But so I do that, or like the quad extension, hamstring curl stuff, that's like all I'm able to do right now, but it is what it is,
Do you want to talk about losing weight, or should we leave that for another one?
We can just fit it into this one if you want to make this one longer, or we can do it another one.
Because what is it?
Or we can just finish now, talk about what annoys us, and then do the losing weight in another one.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Because just shout out, we're gonna start doing... Is it vlogs? Video logs?
I mean,
kinda.
I don't know, like, what's the plan for that?
So, you'll give me... So, I'll tell you the things I like doing for workouts.
Yeah.
And then, like, you give me, like, things I shouldn't be eating, like, better things I should be eating, and, like, workouts you do that are, like, cardio and, like, lifting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll try to work out enough with people so that, like, someone can be videotaping me and, like, I can talk about it. Or I could even do, like, selfie videos, which that's a little lame. But I'm fine doing it just because I think, like, a lot of people would actually like to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be like the Dax Shepard thing where it's, like, he had two friends. One was 305 and one was 240, and they were racing to 270.
Okay.
So I'm not racing anybody. We could try to find people that want to lose weight.
Could do something like
but,
that. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do something like that. Yeah,
it's
where
like
you like
for the vlog. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll have like
sure.
when I go running, Brenna will run with me, and she can like film some stuff of me like talking about it. And
I definitely got some good workouts for you to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't care about like not having my shirt on because I did swim. So even though I don't look good, like we can videotape me weighing myself. Like I don't care. Because hopefully I'll look good at the end. But yeah, what's annoying you? What's annoying you right now? I need to think about
me. I mean,
my freaking family thinks I'm depressed, so that's fun.
What do they think that?
They think I'm depressed because, well, they knew I was. Well, here's the thing. Actually, that's something that annoys me. Too many people are using depression and anxiety as an excuse now.
Yeah.
There are people who are actually depressed and are on medication and need it. Mm-hmm. And then there are people who are having a bad day and are like, I'm depressed so I don't have to do anything. No.
Yeah.
No, there's a difference between sad and depressed.
I agree with you. Yeah, no, it's like some of it's like temporary, some of it's more like long term.
Yeah, because I have actual friends that are depressed or like suicidal and stuff. And like that's horrible.
Yeah.
But they've had bad things happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I've had a pretty freaking good life.
Yeah.
Which I hate saying, not because I'm upset I had a good life, just because for people who haven't had a good life.
I mean, everyone goes through like those kind of things periodically. Like right now, like I'm not the happiest person going through this crap. But,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sucks.
But yeah, it is what it is. Like I go through like some days are better than others. Like some days I'll be like kind of down, like depressed, and other days like I'll be happier. But like it comes and goes.
Exactly, but like there's a real reason. Like you can't do the stuff you really like to do.
Yeah.
So like that makes sense. But it was like when I was down in Georgia, I was alone, and I am not happy if I'm not with people, especially if I'm not with people I really like.
I feel you. Yeah.
So it was like a few people at work I really liked. But I didn't work with that many people either. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like I was having constant conversations with more than... Really, Daniel was the only one. Mm-hmm. And I had fun with Daniel, but when I go home, I was by myself. And so like I'd be calling people when I went on walks. And because I was walking 5 miles a day, and I just call a different person each day. Mm-hmm. But it was like the same 5 people. It was just all my family. So they were getting pissed.
Yeah,
and they were like, you need to figure something out, man. You can't... Like, make some friends. And I was like... I'm getting home at 8. I don't want to make any friends at 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. I'm tired. Like, and so then like my mom's like, because I keep saying that I'm a 6 or a 6.5, and Mom was like, that's not true. You better look at that. She's like, our family's good looking. Look at us. And she's like, you're saying we're ugly, and I'm like, I mean, it is what it is, man. But she's like, you can't say that. You have to think like you have to. Think of yourself more highly, and then other people will think of you more highly and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, brother, man. And she was like, she told Miss Colleen, because Miss Colleen was like, why didn't Griffin talk to me at the party? And then my mom was like, my mom said to her, she said, because Griffin's kind of down about himself right now. And I was like, what are we talking about? I was like, what's happening? I'm just being real and saying what I think. And she was like, you can't do that. It is what it is. Love you, Mom. She loves me. It's fine. She's always worrying, man. It's too much.
I mean, my mom's the same way right now.
Yeah, dude.
It's like,
worried
about me going out.
Did I tell you that?
What?
My mom.
Oh yeah.
My mom told me you got hurt, and so I was like, okay, I need to call Connor. And then my mom was like, and also when you call him, she was like, he might be depressed, and I was like, okay. And I get being sad, but I was like, I don't know if he's like gonna kill himself. Like,
no.
She made it sound like bad, and I was like, so I called you, and then you were like, I'm good. Like, it kind of sucks, but like I'm doing stuff still, and like we should do the podcast and stuff. And we talked about that, and she did the same thing with my cousin Bridget, because like she tore her Achilles.
Yeah.
My aunt tells my mom, and my mom's like, she's depressed, so you have to call her. And I called Bridget, and I told Bridget, and Bridget was like, I'm not depressed. It's like, it sucks being hurt, but she was like, I'm fine. Like, she was like, I'm watching TV and like going out with friends. And I was these moms are lying, man. They're always lying, bro.
They're like, sometimes they over-exaggerate.
They're
not
always,
sometimes,
that's what
but
it is.
always.
Always over-exaggerating.
Always over-exaggerating and always being paranoid, worrying about whatever.
Yeah,
whatever it is. There's always something,
It's like, we're fine. We'll get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's been annoying me, I just want to be able to walk again. I got from one of this uploads on Monday, I'll have like a week and a half left on crutches. So August 5th is
almost there.
August 5th. That's the target date.
That's good.
Yeah, so I'm just counting down the days so I can walk.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, that's pretty much. I mean,
and it freaking runs in my family.
The Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say your mom and then your grandfathers, both of them, and then your cousins. It's got to be like a genetic thing at that point. I feel
grandfather 2, mom 1, Bridget 1, and I think one of my aunts 1.
Jesus.
So it's not looking great.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
it's not
I can actually.
Good.
I mean, not to like take like the attention away from that, but like it's the same thing. Like I tore, so like I have a cam impingement in both my hips, so I tore both hip labrums. Same thing happened to my cousin. She tore both of hers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any like uncles or grandfather or something with a bad hip?
I don't know, honestly. Like I don't know where that came from, because like I mean, my mom actually is having problems with her hips now. Like I think she has the same thing, the impingement, but I don't really know. Like we both did it. But.
It's weird because like sometimes they just don't know. Like my grandfather has the same kidney thing.
Really?
But he just found out this year.
Wow.
Yeah, because the only reason we knew about mine was because the good one got infected, and they were like, "Uh-oh, he only has one." So if that one, I would have died if that one had failed.
Oh man. Yeah.
So.
I remember that.
Yeah. So otherwise, we wouldn't have known. Because unless something's going wrong with your kidneys kind of just are there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really, like, look at them the same way as, like...
Yeah.
Like, I feel like your lungs could be damaged much easier. Mm-hmm. So, like, that kind of stuff, like you see... And, like, they test your breathing every time you go to the doctor and stuff. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, they don't test your... I don't know how they would. Like, they can't test your kidney. But, yeah, we found that out, and he was like... Yeah, I guess I have it, too. I'm like, oh, my God. That's crazy. So, like, honestly, half our family could have it. But there would be no reason to... There'd be no way of us knowing unless we went and got procedures, and there's no reason for that unless something's wrong.
Yeah, yep.
Which is weird, because, like, that's a lot of stuff. Like, pretty much our great-grandparents could have had crazy things that we wouldn't know about because of the records.
There's no, like, technology for that. Like, I wonder, like...
And they didn't care. They were just like... Like, they got stabbed in the leg, and they pulled out the knife and put a bandage on it, and they were just like... I got stabbed.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder like how they like treated stuff like I don't know how an ACL would be treated like way back when they didn't have like all the technology.
You'd be eaten by like a lion.
You'd just be done.
That'd be it.
You'd just be done.
Yeah. Or it would just like.
I guess your body would just get used to it over time. You'd be able to walk.
Yeah.
Again.
So you'd probably just walk a little weird.
Yeah.
Or it would just grow back normal. You'd either get really lucky and it grow back normal.
Back. I don't think your ACL.
Or not grow back, but like get used to it in a way where it's fine.
Yeah.
Or you have to compensate in some way.
There's an NBA player, you know, DeJuan Blair. He played for the Spurs. Won a few finals with them with Tim Duncan. He started for a year, I think, for them. He was like a role player, but he didn't have an ACL on either knee.
Oh wow.
I forget what happened. I think he tore both of them, and then like in like high school or college or something, and the surgeries like just they messed up both of them, and they just disintegrated.
So I guess you don't need it.
I guess like he just didn't need it. He just got used to it without it. I don't know like how that affected him. Like
because that's like if you break a bone, you can just let it reheal.
Yeah.
Now if you let it reheal on its own, it could go badly.
That's like.
it's not the same at all because you tore ligaments. But like I broke my pinky toe and like the long on like the very side of your foot, like the long bone. And he was like, we could have surgery. Like he was like, are you an athlete? Like, do you play football or something? Because if you do, we could have you good in a few months if we do surgery.
Yeah.
And they'd like take basically a needle, but like a long skinny pole, and they just push it through the front of your toe and through the bone so it stays. And I was like, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. And so
man.
So like if you look at my pinky toe, it's a little off because we just let it, like we just put it in the boot and let it happen. So it technically didn't work. It technically went a little off, but like not. I mean, that's a toe, so it's not so much that it really matters.
It's a little more minor.
Yeah, like if it was your whole foot,
then I would
gotta make sure it's coming back right.
Yeah.
Because if you just have like a wonky foot, man, oh my god, and you're just like walking weird around.
Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, what? Is there anything else annoying you right now? Are you kind of good? Honestly, I'm chilling right now.
Yeah.
I've only been.
I can't think of anything else off the top of my head right now.
I've only been back for 2 weeks, but it's honestly been pretty great.
Yeah,
I saw you, the Mathises, the Ventimias, Donovan and Connor. Been hanging out with Aiden and Brenna and their friends.
Mm-hmm. It's good to be back in Nova.
Yeah, dude, it's so good to be back with
seeing people
man.
you know. Yeah,
oh my god, and like people that get you.
Yeah.
Because Aiden and I were actually that's what we should have Aiden on for.
What?
Talking about like people who, like funny people that are funny to you and get your humor. Because, dude, when someone doesn't get it,
those are important to find.
When someone doesn't get it,
someone doesn't get it, they just kill the vibe.
There's no point in having them there.
Yeah,
they should just go home.
Just leave, please.
See ya. Yeah, because gross. But I think that's good.
Yeah,
I think that was pretty long too.
Yeah,
we killed it.
So we got to do, and that's been.
All ready? Yeah, and that's been Easily Annoyed.